Rejoice in the knowledge that knowing that I'm not reviewing another Glock model, woohoo! But in this video, we're looking at the Tokyo Marui 5.1 D.O.R. Ooh, shiny, shiny, shiny box. Look at that box art on there. They really do know how to package their products, Marui. Let's get the TDC in place. Let's have a closer look at this thing in more detail. We'll get to the chrono and the accuracy test, and then we'll be back on camera, so we'll see you in a few. The Tokyo Marui D.O.R. Hi-Capa. I was quite excited for this until I saw how they mounted the red dot sight, which I think is just, it looks ridiculous. But this is the D.O.R. Cal 45 Hi-Capa 5.1. Let's get straight into it. The box, as always, very, very nice indeed from Marui. A nice gloss effect. Picture quality is on point. No pixelation whatsoever. This is really sharp image of the pistol. Let's take this off. You've obviously got the manual and stuff behind the polystyrene, just like with all their other pistols. We've got the pistol itself. We've got a gas magazine. We've got mounts for the optic. Inside this little box, which comes included. Let's see what we've got in here. Usually it's BBs, check. We've actually got a rail for the bottom of the frame here, which is common in the Hi-Capas that they do. We've got a pin here. We've got some screws. We've got the barrel plug, which they like to do. We've got the little clips that you can put in the magazine to let the gun dry fire without holding down the slide release. We've got more screws here for the optic. And we'll pop all that back in there so it's not lost. Popping that back in. Around there. Not really sure what that's for just yet. Might be for popping pins out or something. It's a bit strange, but let's put that back in there. I'm sure someone will be telling me down in the comments below. But if you do know, put it down in the comments. I'm not going to look too much into that because I'm more interested in the pistol than anything else. So this polystyrene can get a bit of an annoyance. Let's take the pistol out, which I should have done in the first place. Magazine. There you go. Got the optic piece here. So let's put this back into place. Made a right pig's ear of this. Just wanted to get this out, so I can put that back on, click that box back in, and then we've got the optic as well, which can go under there, the mounts. You get what they call a high mount and a low mount. So the high mount has like a built-in iron sight design. This is plastic, and then you've got the low mount there as well, in case you don't want this whole section here. We're obviously not going to be mounting the optic because with this design you have to use Marui's red dot. You can't use another RMR, which again is a downside. But you got, your usual Hi-Capa magazine, gas magazine there, very, very good. In terms of how the pistol looks, feels, and the styling of it, I like it. It's very modern. Nice different trigger there. It would be nice if they put a little bit more detail into the hammers, like that section there on the hammer was completely through the hammer. Just feels a little bit more toyish compared to other Hi-Capas that are out there. You obviously got the iron sight, which can be removed, and you can put your brackets on there. So frame is metal, slide is plastic, barrel is plastic, grip is plastic. Everything's pretty much plastic apart from a couple of the controls and the actual main frame body itself as well. You've got an extended slide release, which is very easy to manipulate and use. You've got ambidextrous safeties, which are flared, so you can use them as a thumb rest as well, which is very nice. Grip safety, just like other 5.1 and other Hi-Capas, 4.3s, 1911, stuff like that. A pretty standard grip here, nothing too special about that. The main differences are the slide. You've got D.O.R, Cal 45. You've got some nice mouldings on here. It does look very modern, futuristic. I kind of like it. Hammer looks very modern, although they could have done a little bit better on it, if, you know, in my opinion. And let's have, does this use usual? Let's take the slide off, show you where the bits and pieces are. Pushes out like a normal Hi-Capa. Slide comes off the front there. You can adjust your hop. I haven't changed this hop since using it in the chrono or the accuracy test, so where it is set to is where it has stayed, which is about half on, which is just like the ArmorWorks Hi-Capas, very weird. So you've got the blowback unit there. So if you're familiar with Hi-Capas, you'll find this pistol very familiar to use. The frame, as far as I can tell, is just pretty much as standard. The only thing I can think that have changed is the blowback unit, just to accommodate fitting the brackets for the red dot sight. You've got a roller pin design here on the slide release. So when I first pulled this out of the box, it wasn't the smoothest until I put like 1 magazine's worth of ammo through this thing. It was a little bit, it wasn't rough, it was just a little bit notchy. And when you compare it to like the Hi-Capa gold matches that they do, which are super smooth, but it has freed up with a bit of use once a magazine was fired through it. It's much smoother now. Very nice indeed. Gun is clear. We have gas in the magazine. Let's see how this thing does, which we all know it's going to be quite rapid. Very nice, just like you'd expect from Hi-Capa. So if I was doing this review and I was looking at this as just another Hi-Capa model without the Optic, you know, stuff included, I would give it a thumbs up. I think with the D.O.R style stuff that they're doing with this pistol, the whole marketing behind it and the brackets and stuff, it is a bit of a gimmick. I was super excited when they were going to be doing a Hi-Capa that would take red dots, but then when I found out you have to use the Tokyo Marui red dot, the price you pay for this pistol, the red dot is not included, even though it's a plastic red dot, is another cop-out. The brackets that they give you hold the red dot right far out the back of the pistol like this, so that the red dot itself actually hovers over the hammer area. I don't like that at all. I like the red dots to be more central on the slide there. The fact that it was sticking out just looked a bit odd to me. Obviously you'll get an idea looking at the box art there, how far it sticks out the back. So not my cup of tea. In terms of it being a Hi-Capa, it's a nice addition. I perhaps would have liked them to just release a more modern styled Hi-Capa like they did with the gold match. The gold match is absolutely awesome, I love it. It's got gold bits here, there and everywhere. It's very nice, it's very snappy. It's got like ports in the slide, which is very cool. So, you know, the main selling point of this pistol, you can put a red dot on there, but hang on, you're going to go pay extra for the red dot. It doesn't come included. He's a bit of a cop-out, and it's got to go down as a negative, which is, you know, for someone like me saying something negative about Marui products, it's very rare. So let's get to the chrono results. You'll see this thing is very consistent, and I'll put that up on screen just now. So you'll see there, very consistent from the chrono results. Let's get straight into the 50-meter accuracy test. The first round of BBs that I fire at the target are .2s. The second round of BBs that I fire at the target are .3s. I don't mess with the hop-up whatsoever. I literally just point this thing as central into the target as I can. Let off a load of rounds. It hasn't been set, hasn't been tuned. Of course, you will get better results if you fine-tune the hop to the weight BBs that you're using, of course, like I say in all videos. But this is just an out-of-the-box. This is how it's going to shoot at 15 meters, and we'll put that up on screen just now. So with the action test there, I've got the plates or cardboard bits here. You'll see how many we've got on target with the .2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9 shots each. So there's a couple, obviously, a couple of misses there. There isn't really much difference between the two. Obviously, the hop, you'll see from the TDC, the hop on this model was set about halfway. Fine tuning and dialing the hop in, you'll get better results. But to be honest, a human-sized target at 15 meters, you're pretty much guaranteed to hit them. Even if it was a small shoulder sticking out behind cover or a helmet or something, you have no problems tapping that target with this pistol. My final thoughts on this pistol. I feel like it's a bit of a cop-out from Marui. Now, if Marui had turned around and said, here is a new 5.1 model, we've done a little bit more modern style on there just to fill a gap in, well, not a gap in the market, but giving you more Hi-Capa models, for instance, and there was one of this D.O.R gimmick on there, I would have probably given this a higher rating personally. If they turn around and said, here's a Hi-Capa D.O.R that you can mount a red dot sight, the red dot sight that Marui do being plastic, but it's included in the box, that would also get a higher rating. To turn around and say, here is a new Hi-Capa pistol from us here at Tokyo Marui, and you can mount a red dot sight on the back, and it's this price, so it's going to be expensive, but hang on a minute, you don't get the red dot sight included in the box, even though the red dot sight is plastic. I'd be kind of going, which I am. Also, the fact that you can put a red dot sight on here, but you can't put any red dot sight. It's got to be Marui's one. It was just going off what people have told me that have looked at this pistol as well. Like I say, my word isn't law, but they've also said they couldn't mount their normal RMR optics on there. Whether you can or not, I really don't know. I'm not taking my RMR off of my FNX because the mounting holes were completely different, so it just seemed like a waste of time. So you don't get the red dot. Performance out of this thing is nice. It's nice and snappy, just like any other Hi-Capa. If you're not bothered on how if you're not bothered on the looks of this model and you just want a Tokyo Marui Hi-Capa, and you're not bothered about having to pay extra for the red dot, just go pick up a normal model, or if once we've got them in stock, because they do fly out, go pick up the gold match. It's such a nice pistol. If you're buying this pistol knowing that the red dot sight doesn't come in included in the box, you're not bothered about the red dot sight included in the box, and you're also not bothered about the price, you're going to have a good time with this pistol. It's a very good performer. The frame is pretty much the same as any other Hi-Capa out there. You've got differences in the trigger and the hammer. It would be nice if they'd have done a little bit better with that. The slide, I like the styling on it. I really do. So, a plus there. It's got the normal Tokyo Marui high QC and high quality of all their products. It's a good performing pistol out of the box, like I said. So, all that being said, make up your own sort of opinion on this pistol. But I'll link down in the description below where you can find them and stuff on the website. I think when we had them in, they did fly off the shelves pretty much straight away. So apologies for that, but we will be having them back in stock. So if you've liked this review of the Hi-Capa D.O.R, be sure to subscribe down below, hit the bell notification to be notified when we put new videos up. I try to do as many as I possibly can, but with the business being so busy as it is at the moment, it is quite difficult to put them out every day as I wanted to. Also, the editing is a nightmare. You wouldn't think it with just a couple of camera angles, but it's going through it and making sure everything's fine. Hope you've enjoyed this review of the D.O.R. Hope I've answered a couple of questions that you may have, and we'll see you in the next video where we're looking at even more Tokyo Marui products. So I'll see you soon.